listen to this episode of the podcast.
And just like that, it is time for global smash hit sensation All Fart No Poop, episode number 4?
Four.
I
We're on
completely
episode
forgot
4.
what
We're on
episode number
episode
it was. My name is Stu Wilson.
And my name is Stu Wilson.
And also, I'm Nick Wilson.
And another thing, I'm also Nick Wilson.
Because guess what? That's right. There's 4 of us today.
There's 4 of us today. And together we are... Stu Nick.
Kevin. Stu Nick Kevin.
Together we are Stu Nick Kevin.
That's our name. You know, we thought, look, 4th episode, why not make 4 of us? We've just cloned each other.
Let's mix it up,
It's been a pretty huge day.
People need this. People get bored of the same old hosts.
Well, exactly.
They need a Stu Nick Kevin in their lives.
They need a Stu Nick Kevin in their lives, and we're just here to bring that to the people. So hopefully, that's
true.
That
It's very
satisfied
true.
that urge and desire. How you doing, Nick? You right?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, mate?
I'm doing ruddy fantastic, if I may
Good.
say so myself.
That's what I like to hear.
Absolutely.
That is what I like to hear.
You know what? I've not drank any tea today, so I haven't had that caffeine hit from the tea.
Are you feeling all right, mate?
It's difficult. It's always a difficult day when you don't have a lot of tea.
It's tough.
But I woke up and I was like, I've got a real sore back of my throat. Like I think I've got like an ulcer somewhere. So I was like,
Dare I say you've got the...
Don't
You've got
say
the
the word. This is it. Like, it's difficult to be ill now with anything because as soon as you mention anything, everyone's like, maybe you've got the Rona.
Have you got coronavirus?
Have you got
no,
the Rona?
I've just got a mild headache for an hour.
It could be many other things. It's probably not the Rona.
Definitely
if it is,
not the Rona.
Look, I have a feeling that I may have got the Rona, really early, like Christmas time.
Yeah, but everyone, that's like going around the internet, mate, that everyone thinks that because everyone was so ill in like November, December.
Well, I
like,
saw
the
this,
Rona,
yeah.
But there was like some study by some American lab that was like, no, it was just a really bad strain of the flu. So
fair,
I
okay.
definitely had that as well.
Because I was just thinking the other day, I was like,
out cold,
I haven't really been ill yet, so maybe there's a chance if we caught the Rona, then maybe it was like really mild or just sort of passed through us and whatnot. But then I was like,
maybe that as well. We might not even know.
Exactly,
we might
not
be
even
riddled
know.
with this shit right now, and we wouldn't know.
We could be. Very good thing that we're inside doing this across Google Hangouts and not just in the middle of the street.
Doing the Googie hangs. Yeah.
A Googie hangs, absolutely. But I can't even remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, I felt a bit ill, so I was like, look, you know what? Today I'm just not gonna. Oh, we are also out of milk, so there's that as well. So I couldn't have real tea if I wanted to.
That's a big problem. If you want to make tea and you don't have milk, then you can't.
It is difficult when you can't physically make it.
You really can't. Yeah.
So I just had normal tea with some honey in it. It's good. I might just start having that regularly.
Yeah, to be fair, that's... Wait, what do you mean normal tea with some honey in it?
Just like, I don't know why I said it like that. Just black
normal tea is...
Just black tea.
What?
Just tea without milk. I don't know what you want from me.
Just tea?
Yeah.
I thought you meant just like a honey and lemon tea sort of thing, where it's just water and lemon and honey. And it's like that's a tea, the concept of a tea. But you mean a tea bag tea?
Yeah, that's what you put in a honey and lemon tea.
No, I usually just do it with either like peppermint tea or green tea.
You're mental.
Never just like straight up Yorkshire or like PG Tips.
I do. Oh, it's amazing, mate.
What?
You don't want to.
Look,
you don't want to brew it too much.
That defeats the point.
You just want to you just want to tea stain the water, put some lemon and honey in.
Yeah, but tea has caffeine in it, and that's bad for the throat.
Nick, I'm not a scientist, mate. All right, it just tastes
mate. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I feel like I don't know what the right answer to this is.
Exactly. Just having said that, I'm suddenly like, which one of us is right?
I think I'm right. That any listeners listen to this or viewers or anything, let us know whether when you make just like a lemon and honey tea, all right, just to coat the throat, do you use? Okay, there's 3 options here, right?
Well, fucking 3, Jesus Christ.
Do you just have hot water in a cup and then you put some honey and lemon in it, all right? Simple. Or do you have honey and lemon in hot water which has had a green tea or peppermint tea bag in it? Or do you do what Stu does and have just an actual straight up like Yorkshire tea bag with no milk and then add honey and lemon to that? That sounds so weird to me.
Really?
lemon in a normal. It's because I associate that with a cup of tea.
It's just
with
you
milk.
just make a tea without the milk and then you put honey and lemon in. I can't
That
believe
weirds
this
me
is
out,
really
mate.
shaking
That does
the
weird
very
me out.
core of this whole podcast.
I don't know. Let's
Well,
leave it. Let's get.
yeah,
let's push past this.
Let's
This
leave
is
that
a
aside and
big
never come
divide.
back
Yeah.
to it. But yeah. So look, now that's out of the way. I figured this week we could continue the trend of taking
Yeah.
suggestions from our lovely listeners. Last week
Great
we
idea.
did.
Great idea.
Last week we did time travel. We looked at
Yeah.
time travel paradoxes. Have you recovered?
And I believe, sorry to butt in, I believe we actually cracked it.
we did.
We
did.
we figured it out once and for all.
We figured out
Yeah.
the answer. I've had I don't know about you, Nick, but my phone's been absolutely buzzing left, right, and centre. Can't get enough scientists trying to get hold of me.
I've had scientists left, right, and centre, research departments of universities across the world.
It's
trying to
big. It's
to,
big.
it's been pretty wild.
It's been crazy. Since we
Big
cracked it.
revelations. Big
Absolutely
revelations.
huge.
Yeah.
But anyway, this week I thought let's take another suggestion because
Yeah.
why not? If a
Yeah, why
suggestion
not?
comes our way and it's good, I'm not going to not do it, right?
Let's nab it. Claim it as our own. Yeah.
So this week we're going to be talking about, and this suggestion comes courtesy of my very good friend Joe, Mr. Joe Egan, the one and
Mr.
only,
Joe Egan, the one and only.
who I
the
know
one
is
and
probably
only.
listening to this. So if you are, I hope you're having a nice day, Joe.
I was going to say something there, but the silence was too much, so I just sort of let it hang, you know.
The most casual shout out of all time. So, I hope you're doing all right. But yeah, Joe said, he's just simply messaged the Mandela theory, right?
Does it have anything to do with Nelson Mandela?
Wow, fucking hell, big shot man over here. Look, 1 week
Does
you,
it?
you think just because you've cracked time travel, you bloody miss a know-it-all over here.
You think just because you've cracked time travel means you've cracked Nelson Mandela as well? Can't believe it. Really can't believe it.
Well, someone had to.
Someone had to. Yeah.
But yeah,
Is he dead?
yeah.
Oh.
But that's the first big revelation. But actually, Nick, you're actually tapping into something. Well, which is you're soon about to find out is actually
Honestly,
the very essence of the Mandela theory itself.
What is this?
Right.
So just a little, a little. I don't know what the right word is. Just to preface this whole segment with a little context here. Earlier in the week, Stu texted me saying we're going to do the Mandela theory.
Mandela.
What is it? Mandela.
Yeah, Nelson Mandela.
Mandela theory. And if you don't know what it is, don't look anything up about it. Yeah. And I don't know what it is, so I have no idea.
But no. But you'll know exactly. I know that you know what it is, but just like so, it's not fresh in your memory because everyone knows what this is.
Okay.
But
that's a bit less exciting. I
yeah.
thought it was going to be like absolutely mind blowing.
No. I'm so sorry to disappoint you like this.
Damn it!
On the actual podcast. There's really nothing that.
Why'd
wild.
you have to do this to me?
So basically, Mandela theory. Well, Joe said Mandela theory, and it's actually called the Mandela effect. So I assume that's what he's asking me to chat about, and he's not got some like wild theory about what actually happened to Nelson Mandela or something.
Yeah, maybe we're just completely wrong. This is just not even slightly what he meant.
But so we'll talk about the Mandela effect. So basically, this is going to trigger. I'm not going to trigger you. What am I talking about?
I was
You're going to know
trigger
what
me. What?
We're just going
to something happened in my past life.
Yeah.
I'm really.
Yeah, so Nick,
I'm pretty nervous,
think
mate.
back to when we were little. Do you remember that we met Nelson Mandela?
Do you remember on the stairwell of our 5th birthday, somebody put a finger in your...
Yes, absolutely. And you turned around and it was Nelson.
And it was Nelson Mandela.
Right, so here we go. The Mandela effect. It's a slight... it's slightly similar to sort of deja vu, as you'll understand in a minute, but I'm not really sure where to dive in here with this. Basically, the Mandela effect is an observed phenomenon, basically in which a large segment of the population, or just, I guess, the zeitgeist, people in general, as a whole, misremember a significant event, right? And they share a memory of an event that didn't happen.
That never happened.
But for whatever reason, you think it happened, and it's not just like you on your own. These are things that are collectively people are like, yeah, this is how it happened, but it actually didn't happen like that. So that's the very, very basic level of what the Mandela effect is.
Yeah.
It was named that because basically
this is what I was going to ask.
It is about Nelson Mandela. People have different memories about when or how Nelson Mandela died. Like a lot of people assume that Nelson
so
Mandela,
it's
Mandela
literally
died in
based
prison.
on his death.
Yeah, so it's a theory that
Oh
exists.
fuck! I came into this with just everything. I didn't even. Did I know he died? Everything about
mate, this
this
really
is
is
already
just a new
fucked
view.
from the offset for me.
But the theory existed before, but it wasn't named really until a researcher was like, "Oh, this is a prime example of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm going to name it after this." So it's the idea that a lot of people thought that Nelson Mandela died in prison during the 80s, when in fact he was released from prison in 1990 and was alive at the time of this conference. People said that they had been to or something, and he actually died in 2013. So it's just misremembering things, right?
Yeah.
Now, here it is, Nick. It slightly links a little bit to what we were talking about last
Okay.
week. So, you know,
Ooh,
bit
bit of time
thread,
travel.
bit of a thread going on. Not quite that, but, you know, similar
bit of a
vibes.
little
So-
time travel ditty.
Now, Nick, I know I
Yeah.
told you that I wasn't going to be frying your mind. Okay.
Yeah, you did say that. You did say that.
But it does appear that we may have stumbled ourselves across from Mandela theory into a bit of quantum physics.
oh, Stuart, quantum.
I know. I do this sometimes.
I've never ever wanted to tackle quantum physics less than I do right now on this
we're doing it,
podcast
baby.
with you.
Buckle in, baby. No, nothing too
Okay.
deep. Basically, according to quantum theory enthusiasts and physicists,
Yeah.
I guess, the Mandela effect is actually potential evidence of the multiverse theory, and that there are in fact
okay.
multiple timelines and multiple universes. And it's basically that
Okay.
whole idea. I'm not going to go into that because look, we'd be fucking rotten on the floor before you know it.
I was going to say that already. I mean, it also sounds like bullshit.
yeah. It sounds a lot like it probably isn't true, but
It
look,
sounds like it's probably nothing to do with the multiverse.
you know,
but,
it's,
we
fun to
can go with that,
hypothesize.
but-
It's fun to hypothesize. But
Very
basically,
true, yeah.
So there's this idea that within each universe and parallel reality and alternate versions of events exist, and objects are present and mixing within the timeline. So it's the idea that, like, well, we don't think that happened, but the reason we do is because there's been some kind of
It might have
crossover
happened.
But
okay, right.
Which I feel like is, I know I'm reading this from some kind of article, but I feel like that's very kind of flimsy evidence for a
Yeah,
multiverse.
it's just like, you can't explain this. It has to be the multiverse.
It has to be
be
the
another
multiverse
parallel.
theory.
Okay, I just have one main thing
Yeah.
that I don't know whether you're going to touch on, but
Okay.
right. Okay, two things. Firstly, are there any major big examples of this?
Mate, what did you think I wasn't going to touch on major big examples? Do you think this podcast is just going to be me giving you a brief explanation of Mandela theory, and then we just
that,
move
and we
on?
leave it. Right, that's the end of the podcast. Okay,
well, that
second thing is, is there, aside from the multiverse theory,
Yeah.
is there an explanation?
Well,
or is
okay,
it all
yeah.
like social?
So here we go. There is a
Okay, go.
there is
Okay,
a,
right, I'll let you do it.
scientific, psychological.
Yeah.
I guess it is an explanation, but it's also one of those things where it's like it's one of those weird things the brain does, and we can guess why it's doing it, but it just does
Yeah.
it. It's sort of a bit like deja vu, like I said before, right? So it's sort of like it's a human brain's capacity for confabulation, which is always a fun word.
Fuck, that's a good word.
It's a fun word, isn't it? Confabulation. It's basically like
use
an
that.
unintentional distortion of memory. And it's this whole idea, without getting into too much scientific stuff here, similar to deja vu, where your brain is sort of confusing something that didn't happen as a memory. And so you remember it as a memory, right?
But the only thing I'd say here, and hopefully it's explained, but
Right.
I thought with deja vu, because it is an actual memory,
yeah.
like it is something that is happening. You're just remembering it.
Well-
it's just going into a different part of the brain, so you think it's.
Well,
whereas
it's-
with this, are you not saying that it's something that never happened?
Well, yeah,
They just think
but-
it did.
So, like with deja vu, it's like frontal lobes and stuff in your brain. So it's the fact that something that's happening is being processed as if it's a memory, and so you feel like you've already gone through it when you haven't, right? That's deja
Yeah.
vu. This is quite similar. It's not something that's happening now, but it's something that happened way back that you, for whatever reason, have misremembered.
Yeah.
Right, so something about
And
it
just like filled in blanks.
Yeah, exactly. It's sort of like your brain filling in blanks, and then those blanks are being sort of
Those.
those.
Sorry,
blanks.
mate. I don't know what happened to your voice then, but that was
Mate, I'll
fucking
tell you
gold,
what
mate.
happened. I crossed over
Wait.
from another timeline, mate.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Can you? What's
Because
it like
I'd
over there?
sooner believe that there's multiple timelines than I would that I could possibly slur the word move.
You absolute slur of a person.
What can I say, mate? Or I'm having a stroke. One of the two.
You yourself are a slur.
Place your bet. Choose your adventure.
Probably a stroke.
Probably. Well, that's a nice, fun adventure to go.
A stroke of genius.
Oh, listen, Nick Wilson. Here we go.
Thank you, everyone.
Stand
Thank
up.
you.
Take a
Thank
stand
you.
up, Dad. Take a
Cheers.
down.
Stand up, Daddy.
So look, that's enough mumbo jumbo. I don't need to explain what it is. You get the idea. It's that people misremember
got
things collectively, and they become part of the
See,
zeitgeist.
that's what I'm excited for. The collective misremembering.
Oh, let me tell you, Nick. You feeling excited?
I'm feeling. I'll tell you what, mate. If excitement was a scale of
Yeah.
1 to 10, I'm sitting around the 5, 6.
Because you better be up in that scale. You better be nailing your seat to the ground because, baby, you don't want to fall off it. This is about to rock your world.
Oh, baby.
Right. So let's get started. I found some common examples of the Mandela effect online.
And are these going to blow my mind? Because am I going to think they're real?
I'm not going to promise you that things won't be changed after this, Nick.
Okay, all right.
You
It's
might have
going to
to do some
change
relearning.
the
Well,
entire fabric of my
Also,
life.
some of these are hilariously mundane. Like a lot of them are just like spelling errors, and you're like, well, okay, so people just
Yeah,
misspelt a word.
that's probably just like, yeah.
But some of them, some of them are pretty big, pretty heavy. Right, I don't really know where to start, to be honest. There's so
Just get
many.
'em out,
so
mate. List them
let's
off.
just rattle through some good ones.
Give me some good uns.
I'll skip. Look, some of these aren't that good, really. It's like, right. So, like, one of them is like, oh, did you know that that on the F in the Ford logo, there's actually a loop after the F, but some people believe that it's been added recently. The truth is, it was added in the 1990s. It's like,
Oh,
sick.
Ford, that
Yeah,
classic.
absolutely.
I mean, that's one of those things that I don't think has ever crossed my mind because
Right.
I've never looked at the Ford logo.
Well,
in that much
exactly, and
detail,
also
so
like it's like sweet, cool, fucking
Yeah.
What do you want? A medal?
Don't care.
Great.
Yeah. Ooh,
But
wow.
Here's a very famous one. You'll know this one. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
What do you? Okay, so Star Wars,
yeah.
absolutely iconic. I don't. Well, I will spoil the twist for anyone that's not seen it because it is 40
Is
years
this
old,
what I think
50
it's
years-
gonna be?
So look, end of this big Star Wars plot twist. What's the line? Give me the line.
Luke, I am your father.
Yeah. Okay. That
Thank
that
you,
went,
cheers, yeah.
That went amazing. Firstly, amazing.
Thank you.
Secondly, that went absolutely swimmingly because Nick, are you sat down?
Oh, baby, I'm sat down.
Are you sat down? What if I?
Oh,
told
well, I'm
you...
not stood up. I wouldn't do this podcast stood
Yeah,
up. So.
Okay. Look, just entertain it, right? What if I told you, Nick Wilson?
Go on.
That is
Okay.
not a line that is said in Star Wars.
Luke, I am your father.
Yeah, that's not said. It's not the line.
Okay, it's going to be like, I'm your father.
No, Nick. I'll tell you what the actual line is.
Is this going to... Okay, yeah, go
The
on.
actual line that is said in that moment is, "No, I'm your father." How's that? How is that? How's it feel, mate?
That's pretty wild. I mean, I've just always assumed... I guess...
This is a very famous one. I'm surprised you didn't know this one, to be honest.
Yeah, but also, isn't that one of those things that, like...
Oh, shut up! Don't come on.
Isn't
let
it
me have
just because the whole... It's obviously that just, like, people just...
Yeah,
someone
obvious-
just missaid it
Yeah,
accidentally,
obviously.
and then the whole world was like, it's that.
Yeah, well,
But
that's
that's
obviously
nothing to
how
do with,
these
like, a
things
brain,
happen.
is it?
That's obviously how these things happen. But the point is, up until right now, Nicholas Wilson, you thought
That's
that was
true.
a line, and so in your
That
head, when you
did-
remember that film, you're like, "Oh yeah, he definitely says that," but he doesn't say
Yeah,
it.
that's
Nick.
pretty wild. You know,
Yeah.
I'm pretty impressed.
But let me
Colour
tell you, Nick,
impressed.
that's only the bloody icing on the cake, mate.
Oh, well,
we got
mate,
some-
can we dig right into the middle of that
we can
Victoria
do.
sponge?
Right. Okay.
'Cause
Let
I
me
want,
tell you,
I
mate.
want the jam and cream, Pappy.
Nick, if I was to ask you, what was the first Disney animated film, and indeed the first ever feature film that was animated?
Snow White.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, please appreciate the way I'm weaving in some nice trivia here.
Yeah,
Right,
I
Snow
thought
White.
maybe I was gonna go with Sleeping Beauty, but I thought, fuck it, Snow White, bitch. That is old as fuck.
So, Snow White, old as fuck, probably
Yeah.
one of the best Disney films of all time.
It's good. It's
Right.
good. Yeah.
Okay. I think you'd agree with me that there's a very famous line in Snow White to do with the evil queen looking at something, an object on a wall and asking it about something. Do you
Yeah.
recall what that line might be, Nick?
I recall that line. I think I recall it. Is it Mirror, mirror on the wall?
Yeah.
Who's the fairest of them all?
That's it. Absolutely right, Nick. Well done.
And in fact, actually, I'll tell you why I remembered that. Is that my brain first went to Shrek, and then it went to to Snow White.
Wow, huge
Okay.
revelation. Okay, Nick, but okay, absolutely
I think I
fantastic.
see where you're going with this. I'm not quite ready.
This is good, but let me ask you, Nick. Have you sellotaped your socks to your legs?
Can't say I have, Stuart.
I think you might need to because your socks are about to be blown off, mate. Right.
Oh my, is that a threat?
If you remember that phrase, Nick, well,
Yeah.
my guy, you've fallen. You have fallen for the Mandela effect. Because the actual phrase that
Okay.
the famous Disney animated movie starts.
Was it get off my fucking tits? I can't remember one. I was going to name one of the leave it. Just leave it. Carry on.
Good one,
Let's
mate.
get
Yeah,
back,
great.
Get back
right.
in the zone. Get back in the
Listen,
zone.
she doesn't say it at all, Nick. She says magic mirror on the wall. That's all she says.
Magic mirror.
On the wall. Magic mirror on the wall. That's it.
Sorry.
She
I
does
feel
not
like
say
in-
mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all?
She should have. That sounds way better. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? Is a way better line than magic mirror on the
Yeah.
wall.
I mean, it is.
Cool.
And so, like,
wait. So you're saying she doesn't say the rest of it? So what? She just says that, and then it's just like cool.
it's just like things. It's just something. Yeah, I think so. It's just
Magic
thinking of a
mirror on
line,
the
innit?
wall.
Yeah, it's just not mirror, mirror on the wall,
Then
mate.
exit scene. Scene end.
You feeling a bit sweaty, mate?
I'm feeling.
You feeling
I'm feeling a bit sweaty, mate.
You want to take a shower? You want to get a cloth?
Oh, I wish I could, but
Yeah,
probably
I
should
wish
do
you
that.
could too, mate, because you're gonna need it.
Oh,
Because where we're about to go is really
Brown
gonna,
Town. We're going to
it's
Brown
gonna
Town.
fucking rinse.
Am
you,
I
mate.
about to shit myself just through sheer shock at what is going to happen? Is that what you're telling me? I need to change my underwear.
Right, here we go. So you may recall a very, very popular, widely famous, no longer still on, HBO series about a group of 4 women living in New York that go about
Sex in the City.
What's it called, Nick?
Sex in the City.
Can you state those words out for me, please, Nick?
Sex
Yeah.
and the City. It's not. It's Sex in the City.
Ah, well, see, this is where
I
this is
fucking
really
knew that, mate. Do you know what, Stuart?
No,
That's
Nick,
the
this has
fucking
gone wrong. It's
This is the
actually
last
Sex
time you've-
it is Sex in the City.
Oh wait, it's Sex and the City.
Yeah, it is. So,
Well,
so
either
actually
way,
what's happened
I
here is
proved
you got it
you-
right.
I got it right without knowing that I got it right.
So look, that was just a decoy, mate. Look, I was just testing you, right?
Oh,
may have-
wait, is that not even a thing?
Yeah, it is. It is. But
Oh, that is.
Look,
Oh,
you're, just
well
on
then-
you're just on one part
Stuart?
of the population that actually knows
Stuart?
the correct name
Stuart,
of Sex
Stuart.
in the City.
Stuart, get
Yeah.
up close. Make sure you can hear me nice and clear here
Yeah,
when
I can,
when I tell you. I fucking got you. I got you. You thought you had me. You thought you had me, and I
Yeah.
fucking got you.
How the hunter's become the hunted.
The hunter has
can't
become
do
the
this.
hunted. You better run, little
Well,
boy. You
well,
better
Nick,
run.
maybe I could try this one on you. Right.
Okay.
I know that you know of an animated series.
Okay.
Watched it lots when we were little. Very, very famous. Wildly iconic.
Yeah.
You know, it's got characters like, if I bring up a nice little Bugs Bunny, maybe, or Tweety, Sylvester, you know.
Oh, I think
Porky
you're
Pig.
talking about the old Lunith Tuniths.
What is it?
The Looney Tunes.
Yeah, it is, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. No, you've done it again. You've done it again.
What could this possibly be?
Right.
What do people think it's not called Looney Tunes?
People think it's Looney Tunes. Right?
No, it's-
And
no,
you
it's
just
Looney
fucking-
Tunes.
Yeah, I know it is, Nick, but like people think it isn't.
No one's ever said Is that just because
People
like
have.
the American
People have.
accent?
Maybe.
It just says
Maybe
tune.
it is. Probably is. You know, that'd be a very reasonable explanation.
I've
for
never
This.
ever thought once that it was called Looney Tunes.
All right. Okay. Well.
Looney Tunes.
Well, right. Well, you know what? Fucking.
Looney Tunes.
I'll be a son of a gun, mate. Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes.
But people just think it's Looney,
Looney
Tunes,
Tunes.
mate. All right. Here's one. I don't know
Looney
if you...
Tunes.
Nick, sit down. Remember
it?
You remember on a podcast.
It's Looney Tunes.
Just gonna start
a
screaming at
Looney
the people
Tune.
on the street.
Oh no, I'm fine now.
Great, mate. Here's
I'm just
a good one.
excited. Yeah.
Although it's not that good one, to be honest. Like this isn't one that really affected me, but I thought it was interesting anyway. I'm not sure it'll affect you.
Affected, wow,
Well,
okay,
just 'cause
all right.
right, so the Mona Lisa, right? Well, one of the most
Yeah.
famous paintings ever.
Yeah.
This is why I mean it doesn't affect me, because like I'm not like an aficionado of the Mona Lisa. I don't know everything about the
Yeah.
Mona Lisa, just know it
Okay.
exists, basically, right? But there are many theories about the most famous painting in the world. Some people believe that the original painting by Leonardo da Vinci once had a more obvious smile. This is apparently a very big thing. Like there's a
Okay.
common belief by a lot of people that the smile used to be
Different.
she used to have a more obvious smile. So the belief is that the
just
portrait is of a
painted-
woman frowning rather than the facial expression more correctly as a smirk.
Cool.
Which is
cool
what it is.
fun fact
But
about
actually,
the Mona Lisa there.
Yeah, actually it hasn't changed, I guess,
Oh,
is it?
wow. Guess that's pretty interesting, mate.
Remember at the beginning when I said some of these are a little bit more mundane than others?
Oh, I've actually got
Yeah.
I've got something interesting to put to you, Stu.
What?
And it's just if you could cast your mind back to this morning,
Oh, okay.
because I just really want to dig your brain for something. Just one nugget of information.
Yeah, look, mate, you know I'm all ears. You know I'm all keen for anything, mate. Whatever.
I just want to know what you had for breakfast. Ooh, what did you have for breakfast? I know what I had.
So, Nick, what did you have for breakfast?
Like last week, I had a smoothie.
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
Anything? Did you mix up anything different?
Just banana, pineapple, raspberries, a bit of oat milk, some what's the little seeds called? They're healthy. Chai,
Should it be more
chai.
vague?
I don't. Some healthy seeds
Sick.
and some oats. That's me.
Mental, mate.
What did you have for breakfast, mate?
Just had an apple.
Just an apple.
Yeah, it was a Granny Smith.
Nice.
And just like that, we come back from what we had for breakfast.
Pretty riveting stuff there, mate.
Groundbreaking, absolutely groundbreaking, one might say.
Very
Not-
in depth.
Very in depth, not much different to usual, but you know what?
I think it was very different to the usual segment.
It was a game changer. But listen, Nick, right before we just departed for that segment, I was explaining that some of these examples are a little bit more mundane than others.
Yeah.
So let's look at some of those.
Okay, let's go.
Because
What, the
frankly, mate, they
mundane
are
one.
fun. Yeah, they're funny. They're just fun.
Okay, let's go.
Mundane.
Let's go. Hit me.
Like this one
me.
hit. That's like, why? Is some of these? It's like, yeah, I get that you need to get examples of this, but like, what?
It's
so
probably
average,
just
so
filling a
mundane.
list.
Yeah,
Just
it's filling a list,
it
basically.
with. They just have to put something on it.
Right. So here's a good one. Careful. Keep hold of your pants, mate, because you're about to shit them.
Okay. Oh, God, I don't think I want to keep hold of them. Then you can probably throw them out,
Put
mate.
your hands in them, mate. Shit for your fingers, mate.
Oh.
Right. Here's a good one. If
Okay.
you've ever been to Disney World, do you? This is the article posits it as a question. Very
Okay.
intriguing. Do you ever remember where the castle is located? You're thinking
In the middle.
Some people recall that the castle is right next to the entrance of the park.
No, it's not.
But yeah, exactly. But it's actually just beyond Main Street. That's it.
That's surely just people just forgetting.
Yeah, there's some of these are like, oh, that's an interesting thing that's quite different. This is just people having a terrible sense of direction, I guess.
Yeah, honestly, the further we go on with this whole idea and effect, I think it's just people just making a mistake. Like I thought it was going to be like,
I have okay. Look, I'll bring it back, mate. I swear
Yeah.
to God, I'll bring it back. Right, here's
Okay.
one. Right, I know you've seen one of the greatest thrillers of all time, starring friend of the show Anthony Hopkins.
yeah, great friend of the show. He
Absolutely.
loved it.
I hope he's
he
doing
loved
all
it.
right. He did have a difficult
I
week.
thought
by
he
the
did
way.
have a difficult time confessing. Yeah.
But look, Anthony Hopkins was in
Silence
of the Lambs.
Yeah, there we
Absolutely.
go. Yeah.
We both know that. And Jodie Foster's also in that. She stars alongside him as
Yeah.
the.
She's
as-
good. She's good in that. Really good.
I mean, she's great. She's brilliant. They're both great. Amazing film. But that's not the point here, Nick. The point
Okay.
is, I'm sure you could probably mention a famous line from it, a famous 2 words that one Anthony Hopkins might say to Jodie Foster upon meeting her in Silence of the Lambs.
Doesn't he go, Clarence?
He does, mate. But more specifically, he's not just not just that, right?
I haven't seen it in a while, so I don't think I know the exact.
Okay, fine. So you were right. You're on the right lines. You just missed out the word hello. So the common
Oh,
remembering is
okay.
his line saying, "Hello, Clarice." Right?
Okay.
That's it, yeah? Anthony Hopkins saying that. I'm
Nice.
sure right now you're not having any problems disagreeing
So
with
this
that.
is really going to not blow my mind, is it? Because I didn't know the original.
Yeah, it's not as good when you're like, yeah, fine, where you get it wrong the
Yeah,
original time.
like, cool. Doesn't.
But maybe someone listening's thinking, oh, that's absolutely what he says.
yeah, okay.
I'm here to absolutely rock your motherfucking
Oh,
world, my guy.
Rocket, Pappy, rocket.
I'm gonna rock it back and forth. Baby gonna cry. Cot's gonna fall. Because let me tell you, he doesn't even utter those words.
Wow, what does he say?
Not at any point does he utter the words, "Hello, Clarice."
What does he say?
Do you want to know what he says?
Does he say, "What's up, bitch"?
I'm seriously warning you, Nick. Hold on.
Does
This
he
is what.
say, "Silly hoe"?
This is what Anthony Hopkins says in Silence of the Lambs upon meeting
Okay.
Jodie Foster's Clarice character.
Yeah, I'm
he
ready.
says, "Good morning."
That's it.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Wait, so he
Absolutely unbelievable.
never
So
says.
He never says the line, "Hello, Clarice."
So
ever.
where did that come from? That's in it's in a famous like sketch or something.
It's so what it is that, well, he calls her Clarice at certain points, obviously, because sometimes in dialogue it's like, yeah, cool, Clarice. That's her
but
character
he just
name.
never says it in that
So
moment.
he never says it quite like "Hello, Clarice," but it has been parodied quite a lot.
Maybe it just
And
came.
there's a very melodic tone to it. It's very noticeable. So I think obviously what's happened there is that just
that it
everyone
was
just
put into pop culture through a different route,
absolutely.
and then everyone was like, "It is that."
But does it not absolutely riddle your bones, my brother? That he doesn't
Mate,
say
it riddled
those
my.
words?
It did riddle my bones a little bit. I think I've
Okay.
recovered now, but
It was better than the Magic
it was a
Kingdom.
tepid.
mate,
It was a tepid little riddle, you know. It was a tepid little rocking of the bones.
It was. Here's another little one. Some of these are really minuscule. That it's like, well, is it worth saying?
Yeah.
Like this one. This one, mate. I think you're going to be a different person after. This
Okay.
one.
All right. That's bold claims.
Look, I think you're going to be thinking about a lot of things differently.
Okay.
So-
well, I'm ready to have my
Forrest
life
Gump.
shattered. Oh,
Forrest Gump,
Yeah.
a classic film. Tom
Yeah.
Hanks's Oscar-winning role in
Fantastic.
Forrest Gump. One of the many memorable phrases in this movie, right?
Yeah.
And it's in a lot of promotional materials, mate. It's all over the shop.
Oh, so they kind of.
What is
okay.
it?
Run, Forrest,
it?
run.
No, not that one, mate. Come on. There's a very famous line from Forrest Gump.
Whereabouts does it happen in the film?
He sat on a bench.
Oh, life is a box of chocolates. You never know
Yeah.
what you're gonna get.
There we go.
I'm
That's
pretty
the
sure he
quote.
just says life is a box of chocolates.
He says, this is really game-changing stuff. Life was like a box of chocolates, but not is like a box of
Oh,
chocolates.
that's so
as commonly.
minuscule.
That's what
Wait, did
yeah,
you just? Okay,
What,
no,
what?
carry on.
But this made me think, because maybe I'm just misremembering the film, but is this how everyone remembers it? Do you remember it that he explained how does he deliver that line in the film?
He's sitting next to like an old granny,
Yeah.
and he's like,
But I think it's actually he doesn't actually say, I think it's voiceover.
I mean, I haven't seen it in a recent enough time to remember whether it's voiceover or not.
Neither. But right, okay, so look, let's get one more of these
Wait,
actual
wait. I
ones.
just want to say about that one.
Okay.
Did you just say that they did say life is like in the promotional material?
No, it's just maybe I don't fucking know. But maybe
so I was
they
gonna
did.
say if it's them saying in the promotional material life is like
Yeah,
a
it
box,
would
then
explain it a lot
fucking
more.
of course everyone's gonna think it's that. It's written.
Some
on
of these
the,
are quite obvious.
Yeah.
Here's another little one.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah. Oh, big fan.
Love
big
him, hate
fan.
him, but he is
Odd
a person.
big
Very
fan.
strange. So, Risky Business, a classic film, a classic Tom Cruise role.
Never seen
I think
it.
you'll know the moment I'm talking about, where Tom Cruise slides across the floor, and he's dancing.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, but you know the moment I'm talking about, though, right?
What? Well, he slides across the floor. What does that
If
mean?
you've not seen it, then it's probably not going to be that mind blowing to you. But so
I don't know. I've never seen
right.
a film.
Okay, ignore the fact that that's a film, right? You must know a clip, parodies, whatever. Tom Cruise sliding across the floor with his shirt open,
And he's holding a hairbrush like microphone.
yeah, Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what's he wearing? What's he wearing?
Say that again. You broke up.
What's he wearing?
What's he wearing?
Yeah, what's he wearing in that clip? You haven't seen the film. So.
I don't know.
Oh, fucking
literally
hell, Nick.
anything, pajamas or some shit. I don't know.
Some of these really would land better with someone that had seen
yeah.
any of
I've
these
never.
films.
I don't. Like
Right, okay.
100% haven't
Okay.
seen what this is.
So the common remembering of this scene collectively as a world is that Tom Cruise slides across. He's dancing in a shirt, unbuttoned underwear, white socks, and of course Ray-Ban glasses.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Black
Yeah,
Ray-Ban
yeah.
sunglasses. Yeah, you know what I mean, right?
yeah, I get it from there. That you've described it, and I got it.
Absolutely. But did you know he doesn't wear sunglasses?
Well, so where did the sunglasses come from, mate?
Listen, mate. It's anyone's guess, but he's not wearing sunglasses.
So you're telling me, okay, but there has to be, like for
Okay.
example, with the one before about the Silence of the Lambs one, and it's like there was like parodies and stuff where they did say that, so it's like, okay, you can mix it. Surely there's something like that with this where just someone had glasses on at some point, and they're like,
what I think happened with this is that I believe as promotional material that has Tom Cruise in sunglasses.
well, okay, so it's pretty. That's
Yes,
pretty
but
self-explanatory.
Nick, it didn't happen in the scene. This is crazy
But
stuff.
that's
This
like,
is
but it is getting
earth-shattering
to the
stuff.
point of like, who really remembers specific things like that in a scene? If someone
you do,
right
though.
now was like, what
right.
was, I don't know, like if someone
It's
else,
only not blowing your mind because I don't think I can find many that you're actually. Here's one though so this is one that isn't on these lists, but
Yeah.
I have had it myself.
okay,
And I think you might have it yourself as well. And I have found out that there are people. This is common.
okay,
So, Treasure Planet,
yeah, great film,
cracking film, underrated Disney film for me.
fantastic work from everyone
So
involved.
I don't know about you, but I certainly know about the rest of the internet. There's
Okay.
many people. I mean, this is popular. This is a very popular
All right,
thread on.
you've
online
got
in
me,
different
you've got
places.
me. Colour me
It's
intrigued.
in the r/Mandela effect, so it has to be legit.
Oh, so it's all Reddit. Okay, that
Right.
explains it. Yeah,
So-
go on.
Every time I think about Treasure Planet and I rewatch it, right, every time without fail, I misremember something. Now, when I think about Treasure Planet, I remember a particularly great musical moment in the middle of the film, right? And
That song by
there's the Goo Goo Dolls.
yeah, it's the credit song. It's not in the middle.
Oh, is it? Oh, I always associate.
Or is it even in the film? It's on the album at least.
I always associate. What is it? Iris.
Yeah, it's no one of the. Yeah, well, there's like a song. Yeah, I think it's in the album, but I don't know if it's in the film anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen. Let me tell you. I just always associate Iris with Treasure Planet. I'm like, yeah, cool. That song was in that film or
Wait,
whatever for.
it's not Iris,
That's the song that I assume is in the film.
but it's not. That isn't the song in it.
No, it's not, Nick. This is exactly the point.
Well, I was going
It
to
is
say
not that.
I can't remember what the song is, but I remember watching a video on YouTube that was like 20-minute video on like why it's one of the best like Pixar. Is it Pixar?
So the song is "I'm Still Here."
Yeah, it's like specially for the film.
Yeah, it's especially for the film. I think is that by. I don't even know if it's.
It's by a singer from something like the Goo Goo Dolls.
It's by John Resnick,
It's
who
like he's like
is-
from a famous band.
frontman of the rock. Of what rock? I've got heart. It's, when Wikipedia
Yeah.
it's a front. So he's the frontman of the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah,
so
so-
that's
yeah.
where the link is.
That I can see that, yeah.
But for so long, I'm just like, yeah,
It's
Iris is in
probably
that film.
because the song in the film isn't nowhere near as good as Iris, so people
But,
just
like,
remember his voice with that.
every time I watch that film and I get to that bit, like the 5 minutes before it, I'm like, oh, here it comes. I'm like, yes, Iris is going to come on.
How does it go, by the
Doesn't
way?
come
I'm
on.
gonna listen after this. I'm gonna because the song is I can
listen to
hear it, but I can't hear it.
It's a cracking tune in the
a banger.
context of the film.
It's a
It's
no
great.
qualms
It's an absolute
banger,
slapper. But it's not Iris.
It's not Iris. That
much
it is not. Yeah.
That it is not. But so that's one that I thought was crazy. So, but there are on the subject of that Reddit r/Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Look, mate, I went deep into the internet on this.
He's going hard.
If you ever have the time, just go on r/Mandela effect.
We've got a lot of time at the moment, mate.
because
so-
it's not just that it's like you'd expect it to be like, oh, probably loads of posts of
Yeah.
people blowing my mind. It kind of is that to certain
I bet
extent.
half of it's just idiots.
Half of it is idiots.
Like
and
people
half
confessing
of it is
that they don't remember things.
and it's people getting a lot of it is people getting really angry about, about
Really?
people like, yeah,
Of course
people
it
getting
is.
really
I feel
angry.
like that's the internet. You've just summed up
Yeah, I mean,
anywhere where
yeah,
you can
look, that's
post
definitely-
opinions. Yeah.
People are like, I'm in a minority of this, and some people in the comments are like, of course it's not that. One of the big ones is Fruit of the Loom. Do you know Fruit of the Loom?
The company, t-shirt company.
Yeah, t-shirt company, right? Apparently, one of the big ones, I believe, is that the Fruit of the Loom. When you remember the Fruit of the Loom logo, I mean, look, you try.
I
can
think
you remember
I
the
remember.
Fruit of
It's
the Loom?
like red. It's like a berry is a little apple and a, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's like
Back
a
me
bunch
up
of.
here.
It's a bunch. Yeah, I'm just leaving your own, mate. I'm out of here. It's a bunch of fruit, right?
Wait.
Don't look it up.
Oh, okay, yeah. No,
if
so
you
I
look it
haven't-
up,
No,
then
no, it
that's
hasn't
gonna
come up yet.
completely defeat the objective
I
of
was
these things. 'cause-
quite simply like the enter button away from looking it up. So I'm not
Yeah.
looking it up now.
But that's right. So there's two possibilities here. One of them is the right one, but one
Yeah.
of them is commonly misremembered. So it's either a basket of fruit
Oh, I think it could be that. Yeah, go on.
or it's just a pile of fruit.
It's a basket. It's a basket. 'Cause it's a blue
Basket, you're done.
basket.
Is it?
It's not, is it? Okay, I'm looking at
The
it.
logo, Nick, here's where you're about to get shook, has never had a cornucopia or basket in it. Never. It's just a pile of colourful fruit.
There is a logo of like a t-shirt company that has a basket on it.
This is it. You're probably misremember. Your brain's
Right.
probably just joining the dots.
T-shirt, label, basket.
Oh, that'll get it.
I'm
Found anything?
certain there is one. Oh,
This is the absolute pinnacle of our podcast. For anyone listening, I
It's
really hope
g-
you're enjoying Nick searching t-shirt logo basket onto Google.
okay. Right. Nothing's coming up, but I am. It's like get.
This is it, mate. Who would have thought Fruit of the Loom would have been the one to fry Nick's brain the most?
Mate, what is it? I give up, but there is a logo with a basket on it.
Mate, I think you've been absolutely Mandela'd, mate. I think you have been absolutely Mandela'd.
Oh, I've been taken left, right, and centre, right up the chuffney by none other than Nelson Mandela, back from the grave to just push me around a bit and make me misremember things. There we go.
Wow.
I got there.
This
I
is a
got
big
there.
one that I've just this second found, and I'm
Okay.
not sure.
Let's do one more and then.
Right, this is the last one, and apparently this is true, but I'm just having a quick look to see if let's just go through it anyway.
Yeah, let's have fun. Let's treat ourselves.
Apparently, this is someone on Reddit. People have been going through their old Disney films to try and work it out, and apparently it's legit, this one.
Okay, go on then, spit it out, Pappy.
So, this is quite a simple post. This underscore, not
Mate,
underscore,
if
user
it's a
big
simple
fish.
post,
Right, here we
maybe
go.
read it out.
So this is it. Oh,
You're really milking this, mate.
Tinkerbell is missing from all the Disney intros on their CDs and movies. Just found out that my memory of Tinkerbell writing across the sky and using her wand to do the dot in the eye of Disney does not exist.
Wait, I can't remember because all I can think of when I think of Disney logos is the zoom out of the castle and the big
Yeah,
thing.
but
over
I
it.
do seem to have memories of Tinkerbell, Tinkerbell dust coming up and then she dots the eye.
I don't
I
know
feel
if-
like I recognise it.
I think I don't know if I distinctly remember Tinkerbell though. I think I remember like something doing that like a sparkly thing, but I don't think I don't know what I don't know.
And it falls from it, but it doesn't exist, mate.
Also, they could have just changed that.
Yeah, apparently, but
Unless
but
you're
apparently
watching
people
on
are going through
like
their
a VHS from like the
look,
70s.
Obviously on Reddit, people go deep in the shit, and they're like printing out their VHSs and all that. They're going nuts, mate.
Yeah.
Apparently it doesn't exist.
That's pretty interesting.
But Nick, mate, do you want to know what does exist?
Yeah, what? Tell me.
The world around us, Nick. The world around us exists.
That does exist, mate. You're
Do you want
right.
to know what happens a lot in the world around us?
Oh, what happens, mate? Please enlighten me, mate.
We get some breaking news.
Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. This just in. Books have been invented. That's right. You can now read things. Pretty wild stuff, huh? Apparently, you can write whatever you want in them too. It literally does not matter. It can be real or fake.
This just in. An explosion on the Deepwater Horizon drilling rig in the Gulf of Mexico has caused chaos as the biggest marine oil spill in history. Onlookers were surprised, however, to see Hollywood A-list actor Mark Wahlberg amongst the wreckage, with what looked like a camera crew and stunt team? Hang on. Wait, no, what? Why is it Paul? Hang on. How? No, this is Netflix. I'm watching Deepwater Horizon on Netflix.
In what can only be described as possibly the most confusing U-turn of all time, the NRA have today announced that guns should be banned in America. A spokesman for the association said, "Got to level with you, my guys. Not too sure what we were thinking all these years, as guns quite clearly are dangerous." Oh, what's that? Sorry. Oh, I'm just getting news. Yeah, just as I suspected, this didn't happen. The NRA continue to be complete and utter assholes.
Congress cleaning staff have been left speechless after Senator Mitch McConnell takes his 73rd shit of the day, citing a bad taco and some questionable week-old taquitos as a main cause of tummy upset. More from this story as it develops.
Actress Maggie Smith has revealed today that she is just skin and bones. Nothing else. It is thought that she has been just skin and bones since she was born, and scientists believe that she's actually never been under the age of 85. Maggie was, of course, last seen in public eating pigeon meat out of the teeth of a stray cat near Hyde Park. She is expected, however, to make a full recovery and become more than just skin and bones.
The Large Hadron Collider is just this second taking its first spin in an attempt to see what happens when two particles are accelerated and collide at high energy levels. Some have speculated whether or not a black hole may result from the collision, in its place wiping out humanity instantly. We'll be finding out in a matter of seconds whether or not this is the case, and here we go, it's looking like...
That was breaking news.
Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news.
Well, that was some breaking news, everyone.
Yes, it was.
Wild, very informative, and as usual, completely 100% factually correct.
And deeply troubling.
Deeply troubling. We may never recover from that.
Absolutely.
But do you know what else we may never recover from, Stuart?
Oh, here we go.
It's the question I'm about to ask you.
Which is?
Let me... if you had to choose...
Okay.
Between having a penis on your face...
Why choose, mate?
But okay, end of story. End of discussion.
End of podcast.
I'd love a penis.
No, go on.
If you had to choose between having a penis on your face, all right, or having, or having
something says you haven't thought this through, have you, mate?
If you had to choose between having a penis on your face,
Yeah.
right,
Get out.
having always having a piece of Lego stuck in your shoe, even when you take it out, feels like you've got a piece of Lego in your shoe all the time.
Okay.
What would you choose between them? You have to pick one. It's a constant feeling of having Lego under your foot.
Okay,
all
and the
time.
penis is just on my face.
And the penis is just on your face. I will add, when you take the shoe off,
Yeah.
it goes. So if you're barefoot, if you don't have a shoe on, you don't have the feeling of Lego. You're not standing on Lego. But when
What?
you have the shoe on, you're standing on Lego, my son.
Okay, so that can. This is the easiest question of all time. Obviously, I'm choosing a Lego on the shoe because I could just take the shoe off. That'd be great.
but like think about the times where you can't do that. If you're out in public, if you're,
Yeah.
I don't know, anywhere where you can't take a shoe off, you've got to wear shoes, mate.
I'll just take my shoes off.
But what if you?
I can't.
like-
no one's gonna shoot me for taking my shoes off.
So you're
People
telling me
at the very most, people will go, "Why have you got your shoes off?" And then I'll go, "Because the other option was having a dick on my
So,
face."
so what if you had to? What if someone said, "Oh, mate, do you want to just come to the park? It's just a 10-minute walk."
Yeah,
What would you do? Walk barefoot to the park?
yeah, fine. Or put up with
All
feeling
the
like
ti-
I've
for
got a
the-
Lego brick under my shoe for 10 minutes. Fine, I'm sure I'll get used to it. I'd rather have that than a dick on my face. Is the answer to your question, Nick?
Well, I think you're probably right there. And I probably would choose the
Absolutely
same.
absurd.
It would no, but can we just? I would just like to make it known that having a Lego brick constantly stuck under your foot would be
Oh, it's-
fucking awful.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. But like, also, I feel like even if you couldn't ever escape that, I feel
Yeah.
like you would just simply get used to it after a while. You'd
yeah,
be
but,
numb
yeah,
to
but
the
I
pain.
don't know if you would because
Yeah, it would.
You take your shoes off. You don't wear shoes enough for you to sort of forget what it feels like to have a Lego.
Okay,
brick
so
under
the answer is always wear shoes.
But then if you always wear shoes and you always have that feeling,
So either always do or don't wear shoes.
yeah, it's a tough
Solved.
decision. You can't get
but
around it.
Yeah, but both of those are easier than having a dick on your face.
That's true. I didn't say how big the dick was.
Oh yeah. Well,
So-
yeah. Well, if I suppose if you could get away with claiming it's like, I don't know, a fucking skin tag or something
Yeah,
on your face.
tiny penis on your head that looks like a skin tag.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, then you obviously fucking choose that. But
Would it piss? Don't dribble. What if it's like dribbly?
yeah, that's the thing. It's
I mean,
a working penis.
No matter
yeah.
which way I think it through, Nick, I think, to be honest, my thought always comes back to the fact that I simply
Yeah.
don't want a penis on my face.
Don't want a dick on your
I'd
head.
rather just have a Lego brick.
Yeah, but that's funny that you'd say that actually because I think you're
Is
a bit
it?
of a dickhead.
Wow.
I do.
I mean, Nick, we can talk this through.
No, do you know, I've spent years trying to build this courage up inside me like a burning, like a flame, and I finally, you're a dickhead, mate.
Why?
Because you would rather have Lego in your shoes than a dick on your head. You fucking
You know what?
dickhead.
I can guarantee you're the only person that would rather have a dick
No,
on their
no,
head.
for
No,
to,
can't go back
to
in yourself
clear
now,
the
Nick.
slate. I would rather have
No.
Lego in my shoes.
Oh, okay.
It might be look.
Do
it
you
might be
always
easy-
jump on the bandwagon that easy, Nick?
Well, it might be easier to live with a penis on the head for a short amount of time because you could just not go out. But eventually, you're gonna need to go outside.
Yeah, you can do
Eventually,
what-
people are gonna see that wang.
You can
know?
do whatever you want to cover that dick up, but eventually, sooner or later, somewhere down the line,
You're fucked.
someone's seeing that dick.
Yeah, 100%. So, in answer to the question that I put to you, the only answer you can really choose is Lego.
Absolutely.
And the shoes.
Therefore, solidifying it as maybe the worst would you rather.
Well,
I've
thank you,
ever had.
everyone. I'm glad that you've shared this moment with us.
Fantastic scenes.
I
But,
will. I will be going into hiding now.
please, but before you go into hiding, I think it's probably time to come into our final segment of the day, Nick.
I think it
Final
might.
segment this
I
week.
think it might be time for that, mate.
It's time for celebrity calling.
It's time for the celebrity calling. Celebrity calling.
That's right, guys. It's time for Celebrity Call-In. If you're new to the show, you don't know what this is. Every week, we get a new celebrity guest on the line to ask us anything, advice,
share their general
whatever it is,
problems.
anything they need to get off their chest, any problems, they can come to us. And we alternate each week between which one of us has gathered the celebrity guest, which means that for the other person, it is a complete surprise. We have no idea which guest is coming on.
Yeah, I'd like to say, firstly, last week's guest that Stu kindly got onto the show was fantastic. It was Gordon Ramsay. We all love Gordon Ramsay. He
was a shock.
He very kindly admitted something very, very big in his life to us,
Big
and
and trouble.
I hope he's all right.
I hope he's doing all right. As usual, we have got a nice. Always reach back out to our guests after the show.
Yeah.
To keep
The
that trust
production
and that
team
relationship
really is
going.
making sure that he's cared for.
For the last I've heard from yesterday, from Rob, Rob the intern said that he's doing well.
He's doing all right. He's doing good.
all right.
He's doing
all right.
good,
But
yeah.
anyway, that was last week's guest from me, which means this week, Nick, you've
I
gone
do.
and found a
Yeah, I have.
celebrity.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, no clues or anything. We'll go in, we'll find out who that celebrity is, and we'll see what they can bring to the
Let's
table.
do it. Is he on the line?
Just finding out. Hang on. I think he is. Yeah, here we go. Hi, celebrity. Go on, introduce yourself. Who am I talking to?
Hello there, boys.
All right. It sounds like a some kind of Cockney chimney sweep.
It's a very nice day today, boys.
That sounds a lot to me like like a average at best Michael Caine. Is that?
Well, it's nice that you say that about me because I'm Marco Caine.
Oh my God!
Marco Caine here for you today.
Wow, Michael. I have to say, I'm a huge fan.
Thank you very
Massive
much.
fan of your work. I loved you in the Italian Job,
Thank you.
Zulu, Dark Knight. Name them all.
It's bloody nice to be able to be invited on your show today.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm
really
sure it is.
nice.
I'm sure it is, Michael. If that is you.
It's bloody well. It's
Okay.
bloody me. It's always been me, Marco
Okay.
Caine.
Okay, Michael Caine. What can I help you with today? How's it?
Well, there's something on my chest I need to get out.
Something on your chest that you need to. Okay, yeah.
It's been a long time since I've spoken this out to the masses. Actually, I don't think I've ever said it to anyone.
Okay.
But there's something that happened at a dinner party in '97 that I can't get past.
Okay, so since 1997, you've been holding this.
Very much so.
It's a long time for a man of, if you don't mind me saying, a man of your age to deal with something like this.
Excuse me, that's no way to talk to Marco Caine.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean any-
Acclaimed actor Marco Caine.
Well, you sound like. Are you sure you?
Bloody withers me to my bones. I haven't been able to.
You sure you're not fucking Ray Winstein?
No.
What?
No. I'm
Okay,
Marco.
okay, Michael. Okay, what happened at the dinner party in 1997?
Well, I was in the dinner party in
Okay,
1997.
I bet you were, Michael.
I was invited to a dinner party. By two friends of mine that I met on the set of
Okay.
the Italian Job back in 1970. Oh, I can't remember it. I can't remember when we filmed it, but the Italian Job set.
Well, okay, yeah. So that's
Two
okay.
bumbling birds I met on a set. And I was invited to their party. 1997, Marco Caine. Marco Caine in that party. Lots of cocaine in it, actually, but Marco Caine was there. And I walked towards the door. I was about to leave the door. And as I was walking towards the door, I fell over and I tripped on a small, must have been a courgette, I think. Tripped on it.
Okay.
And as
Right.
I fell, my meat and two veg fell out mid-fall.
Okay.
And
Your,
as I was falling,
sorry, your penis.
my meat and two veg
Okay, Michael.
fell out. And as I was falling, someone rolled a beer bottle in front of me and my little John Wilkins lodged itself into the bottle.
That I can only imagine that was a tough thing to go through,
It
Michael.
only gets worse.
Oh, does it?
As you can imagine, some were walking through a party and falling over there. Little Joel Wilkins going in a bottle. It was a big surprise to a lot of people in the room.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
It's a very hard thing to cover.
Oh, I bet.
Lots of people were laughing at Marco Kane.
Oh, Michael, don't get
Laughing
upset.
at me. No, they were laughing at me. They were hurling abuse. They were spitting their beer at me. Saying,
Spitting at you?
Michael Kane, he's dropped his dick again. And I said, don't you dare bring any bad name to Marco Kane.
Sorry, Michael. I've pulled out my headphones. I can't hear you,
You pulled
Michael.
out your headphones, but I
Okay,
wish,
okay,
let me
I'm
tell
back.
you pulled out your headphones, but I wish I could have pulled out my small slippery Johnson from that beer bottle that day because it has brought such turmoil to my family.
So what? Do you mind me asking what type of beer? What beer brand was it?
It was a Heineken.
A Heineken.
Heineken, yeah.
Okay, so green.
I looked, it was green. I looked up from the floor. And a whole family of these girls was gathered around. I said, step back. And they said, Mr. Cocaine. Oh, sorry,
Mr. Cocaine.
Mr. Kane. Marco Kane. I will fight you. And I said, I will. If I fight you, I will win.
Sorry.
I don't want to have to bury
Sorry,
another
Michael.
member of the Way family.
Sorry, Michael. So you fell over and your penis got lodged into a Heineken bottle,
Yeah,
and then as you were getting up, a
Yeah.
group of women
yeah,
said to you that they wanted to fight you.
yeah.
Why did they want to fight you?
Well, I'm still not sure to this day.
So did you fight them?
Oh, I fought them, all right. I got
how did-
2 fish on my hands that I was given by God for that main purpose of
So
striking down anyone who dares
So you-
speak up against my
you had a
cocaine.
fist fight. You had a fist fight with a group of girls.
Yeah, I did, but that's not the important matter. The important matter is that I fell over a courgette and my dick fell out and went into a beer bottle. And
So-
to this day, I can't get over it.
How has that affected your life? I suppose is that had an
I
impact?
don't think you understand, Stuart. I still have the beer bottle on my dick to this day.
You st- so you've got a near 30-year-old Heineken bottle on your penis.
Yeah. Yes,
I'm-
I do. And the worst thing about the whole ordeal is that there wasn't an empty bottle. There was at least 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters of
Can you not
Heineken.
use that to? Sorry, Michael. I know this is a bit beneath you, but to lube your penis and edge it out of the bottle.
Oh, I've tried, old son, and let me tell you this much. It smells really bad. Really bad. When I walk into rooms now, I have to tell them that I just haven't showered in a week, but really I showered that morning.
So in all films
I've had
past the
a Heineken
90s,
bottle in my
you've
bag,
had
yeah.
the Heineken bottle.
Yeah, if you look
How does that
really-
work on set?
Well, if you look very closely in the dark night, you can see my quite frankly huge bulge poking through my trousers.
Oh my! And it's a Heineken bottle.
It's a Heineken bowl, and I do have to say this again. I don't want to have to bury another member of the Wave family.
Oh no, I can't imagine you do, Michael.
No, I
so,
don't.
so what do you want? So how how do I help
I
with this?
don't know, mate. I just really wanted to get it off my chest.
That's-
It's been very heavy on my
That's-
balls.
that's
and
absolutely
very,
fine.
Heavy on my soul.
Oh yes, I bet, Michael. Well, look, that's great, and I really appreciate you for getting that off your chest in such a public manner as well. I mean, frankly, I think there would have been other avenues you could have taken before this one, but you know, you're here. You've opened up to us, and that's all good.
I've
So listen,
got it
Michael.
off my chest, but I can't get the bottle off my dick.
I bet. I understand, Michael. I understand.
Can you help me get the bottle of Heineken off my willy?
Don't worry, Michael. Look, one of our team will be. Well, I'm sure they can try and help something out. But we do have to get on with the show, unfortunately, Michael. We have listeners. Yeah, can we get him off? Can we just get him off the line? Yeah.
Well, that was an odd one, Stu. I think he's
gone. Okay. Michael,
Strange.
Very strange. I've got to be honest, Nick, these calls don't seem to get any less
Bit
strange.
weird, and it didn't really sound like him. But I'll just take the. I'll just kind of. It has to have been him, right?
Well, it has to have been. It couldn't have been anyone else.
Couldn't have been anyone else. It could not have been anyone else. No.
Groundbreaking stuff, though. So he had a Heineken. I mean, what does that
There's
do
no
to a
fix
man?
to that. There's no fix. You just got to live with it.
Penis in a Heineken. What does that do to a man? That's huge.
Pretty wild.
Who would have thought?
Well, that was our celebrity call-in. Yeah.
It's time for the celebrity calling. Celebrity calling.
And just like that, after the one and only Sir Michael Caine has called into the show, we find ourselves at the end of episode 4 of All Fart No Poop.
It was quite the ride today, mate.
Quite a ride, my friend. Quite a ride. I mean, look, after last week's time travel conundrums, I didn't think it could get more groundbreaking.
It was pretty wild. I had my mind blown. I also had it put back together by less than impressive anecdotes of the Mandela
That's
theory.
what they say. That's what they say. You know, All Fart No Poop. The only place you come to have your mind blown and put back together.
It's true.
They can't say we don't treat our listeners with care, and you
can't.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't say it. Speaking of our listeners, where's this going out, Stu? Where we at?
I'll tell you exactly where this is going out, mate. You're probably listening to this on, I don't know, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Although we don't really, they don't really matter.
Nah.
Stitcher, Acast, you name it, mate.
All of
Whatever
the
you're
good
listening
ones.
to it on, though, there's almost definitely a follow or a subscribe button.
Wow, you should definitely go and do that.
I think you should do that. If you're listening to this right now, go and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to us on.
You should do that, definitely.
But you know what else they can do when you're there, Nick?
What?
They can leave a review.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy stuff, but
That'd be nice.
You can leave reviews on any places that will take reviews, frankly. And
Slap
if they
one on
don't take it, you could get a Sharpie out and write it on your phone.
Write it on your phone, write on your laptop, deface your prized possessions.
Yeah, deface your
We'll
very
love you.
expensive
We'll love you
technology.
forever. Yeah, do it.
And we'll be very, very grateful. So yeah, please leave a review. Apple Podcasts is the main one for reviews, but anywhere that you can, leave one. And we'll probably shout you out or something. Who knows what we'll do with it.
Something like that.
It's just good to get feedback. Good to get a bit of validation.
We want to know what we're doing wrong. We want to know what we're doing right.
Yeah, mainly the second.
Mainly
thing.
the
More of that
latter.
would be nice,
but we won't talk about that.
We don't want to judge. Write whatever you want. But I tell you what else would like them to do, Nick.
What?
Go follow us on something.
Yeah,
a social media
man.
of some sorts.
Yeah.
Where can they find us, Nick? Where
You
can they find
us on all of the social things at AFNP Pod. That's on Instagram. That's on Twitter. That's on Facebook.
Everything, mate.
All of that shit. AFNP Pod.
Exactly. And that's a perfect place to be suggesting topics. If you like today's topic, like the Mandela effect, or last week's topic, like time travel paradoxes, well, let me tell you, Sonny Jim, you can recommend some topics.
Request all of the shit, and we'll try and get round to it.
Send them over and we will absolutely have it. And you can also subscribe to us on YouTube. By searching All Fart No Poop Podcast. You'll find us. We'll be having clips and full episodes on there throughout the week.
It's going to be great.
So
it's going to be a
if
fun
anything,
time.
There's frankly too many places to find us.
It's very true.
I don't know what to do with myself.
No, I regularly think that on a daily basis.
I regularly think that on a daily basis as well, my brother.
Very true. I don't know what to do.
But look, on that note, look, they know where they go. They know where they're listening.
Let's
All
bloody
we can
leave
do, Nick,
it.
is we could just leave.
Let's leave it. Let's just leave. Let's leave all of the podcast gear up and let's just leave.
Yeah. You go
man.
first.
Yeah, okay.
You go first.
You promise you'll leave second, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, mate. I'm always behind you,
I'm
mate.
gonna leave now then, mate. See you. Have a good
Always behind you. Yeah, see you later.
Yeah.
I'm just coming. I'm just putting my headphones on. God, now he's gone. Look, I need help. Nick is, I don't know how to say this, Nick's nothing short of a horrible co-host.